And my hero. It is all.
I am the Honorable Lady Sorcha McCullough. Within the Shire, we are very close-knit. The SCA is the Society for Creative Anachronism. It is a nonprofit educational historical organization that recreates the Middle Ages the way that we hope they could have been. And we leave out the Black Plague, the poverty, and things like that. We really try to focus on recreating arts and sciences and combat styles of the Middle Ages.
The SCA is the Society for Creative Anachronism, which is a name some very inventive university students made up in the 60s because they wanted to dress up like people from the Middle Ages and hit each other with swords. My name is Stigandr which is Scandinavian, specifically more of the Denmark region. This is Celtic, and this belt is Roman, and I explain that through my persona by saying, as somebody who was a Viking, which is an occupation, not a people's, I picked up things in my travels because everywhere that these things would have been, the Vikings went. So that's how I do mine. Some people are very rigid and do it to the year and want it to be very precise. And some people are just happy to put on a tea tunic and go and camp with their friends. It really just depends. It's the hobby of hobbies. You don't need anything else. And it is a social structure all of its own. It's its own full encapsulating world with its own intense politics. And if you like politics, if you want to play the Game of Thrones, they have it.
My name in the SCA is Torrin 7 Stitches, and I am the Queen of Cierra at this time. So I did very little to earn this title other than inspire my fighter. The SCA has brought quite a few wonderful things to my life, most notably my boyfriend, who I've been with for 8 years, who's the King of Sierra. We met in the SCA, and that's true you'll find for a lot of couples that either met in the SCA or have maintained most of their marriage or their relationship in the SCA. It truly is something that a couple's activity, which is a lot of fun. But both of my children both participated in the SCA growing up, and we had very fond memories of doing this as a family activity.
You meet new people and then you keep up with them and then you have friends for life. My uncle started playing when he was 15 and he's in his 60s. And he's a knight and he's got javelins in his garage, you know. He's what every little kid dreams they're gonna grow up to be, and you get to do it your whole life. You get to play pretend forever. And there's just nothing else save being a movie star, which is not just an easily accessible profession. And even then, when they say cut, you don't get to be King Arthur anymore. But here, if you win the tournament, you get to be king for 6 months.
Normal day.
Normal day for us is me telling him goodbye in the morning because he goes to work at the school, and then we don't see each other again until about 8 o'clock in the evening whenever I get off of work. I cook dinner, we feed the dogs, and we watch one of our favorite shows. We're currently going through Supernatural. We spend time together before we go to bed. So that's a typical day for us.
Typical day.
Of course, I found him to be physically attractive, but his sense of humor and his sense of honor was something that really attracted me as well.
Well, definitely appearance. We have very similar morality and views on just about everything. So it wasn't hard to get to know her and fall in love.
You cook her off?
Ready?
Also play the kalimba. So pretty. I just don't know how to describe myself. I'm indescribable. I'm eclectic in every sense of the word, personality and interest-wise. I just got a little bit of everything. I make juice for a local vaping company, the e-juice. That's not my dream job, but I'm 30, so. I know that some people really get into the persona and really like to, I am this person here. I am this person out of here. I'm weird all the time. I just go by a different name and wear a different outfit. I get judgment from everybody all the time when I am wearing anything, let alone when I'm running around in chainmail trying to buy toothpaste. So we're in Texas, and that means that you get several different types of judgmental people, including but not limited to the church judgmental people who are judging you on your obvious sin. Like homosexual right there. And I definitely fit that. And then just normal people who are just like, what's going on? What's happening?
She said, yeah, I'm done. In real life, I am Tamara Taylor. Yes, I'm a cashier out at Shepherd Air Force Base in one of the dining facilities. I love my job. It's the easiest job I've had my entire life. Who am I as a person? I am a teacher, a healer, a good friend. I was an introvert growing up. I was the shy kid that sat at the back of the bus and didn't interact with her peers much. I was always out in nature. I enjoyed going hiking. I'm an Army brat, so we moved a lot during my childhood. If anything were to separate me from who Sorcha is, I would say that it is the fact that in my mundane life, I suffer from bipolar depression and anxiety. And I have to deal with that in modern life. I have to deal with that in different ways to be able to function on a daily basis. Persona-wise, Sorcha is a very confident, very outgoing person who looks to serve her community better, to make the dream better for everyone else. And I can kind of take that depression and anxiety and throw it off to the side and put Sorcha on kind of like a different suit of clothes, make you feel whenever you dress up.
Good job, you guys.
As I said, you kind of find your tribe, and by tribe you really find an extended family of people that share so many shared interests with you. I've been playing SCA for over 20 years, and you see so many people on a continuous basis, and you see people's lives develop and change. You see kids grow up. It is really cool to have the family-like atmosphere.
I'm just a plain weirdo. That's me all day, every day. And then I also have the queer experience to pull from. And you know, this is in the South, even if it's recreating medieval times, we're in the South. And the SCA has Clan Blue Feather, which is the just SCA-wide queer space and organization, and you can wear a blue feather to let people know, and if you want to, and it's supportive. And when I became a lord, a queen I had never met, when she was presenting me my award at court to become a full member of the SCA, she leaned down and quietly said, "Is your persona a lord or a lady?" And I'm trans, and she made sure that before she was going to call it out to a room full of people that she knew. And I thought that was absolutely wonderful and not an experience that I get just anywhere I go. And, you know, we're all weirdos dressed up in medieval outfits, so we all have to be tolerant of each other. But going the extra mile and being inclusive in a queer way is very important to me personally and to all of my friends. Just to make sure that we're all here to have fun. We're not here to be derisive and bring outside stuff in, because we're trying to play in medieval fantasy world and we have our own politics here. We don't need all the ones that suck. Those can stay away.
The dream is a term we use in the SCA for what we are trying to recreate. It is different for everybody, but for me, the dream has always been about gathering people with similar interests, finding family, coming together with a fellowship and a shared goal of recreating history and enjoying each other's company.
What makes me happy in the SCA, the fantasy of it all, and the getting to pretend like I'm someone else is fun. But doing it in a safe place is the best part.
One of my favorite parts is the people. Getting to spend time with a lot of friends, and it's something I get to do with my wife.
The main thing I enjoy about the SCA is the togetherness. It's like a big family.
Some of my son and daughter's fondest memories have been at SCA events, and they've met dear friends that are now as close as family.